bar was full of people. It was really like crowded. And I thought like, okay, well, you know what, let's go to the bar, I'll take myself a drink already and then I'll wait for them. And so I walked in and I passed my way through like everybody. There were like two tall guys standing there. And this one guy looked at me like from head to toe and said like to his friend, I really hate Chinese people. And so I was like, oh my God, he's talking about me, and I was so shocked, like what? Like, hey, oh no, wait. And so I told him like, wait, you talking to me, like about me? Like, why do you hate Chinese people? I couldn't believe he was just saying that. And then he said like, oh no, whatever, just go on. I said, no, dude, no. You said you hate Chinese people. I mean, what's your thing? Like, what's happening? And he was just laughing, and you know, and I said, okay, so, but where are you from then? And then he said to me, why? Why do you care? No, tell me please, where are you from? You know, you owe me that. And he said, Belgium. So then I told him that, oh really? So where about in Belgium are you? I have 15 seconds. And then he said like, oh, I'm from Leuven. Ah really? Are you from Leuven? And then he was panicked, so why are you asking that? No, tell me, where are you from Leuven? Heverlee. En dan zei hij, oh wel keren. En dan nooit een Aziat uit België gezien.
Now it's Benjamin's turn.
Hello everybody. When I was young, my life was pretty predetermined. My father told me you will be a handsome, rich architect and civil engineer because architect is not enough. As you can see, I am nor an architect, nor a civil engineer, nor rich, and the question about being handsome, I leave it up to you. So, despite all that, my daddy, he put me in the Greek math class 8 hours because 6 was not enough also. I hated math, but he didn't. It's okay. It's actually a quite nice guy, but in this story. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it because he knows what's best for me and stuff, and no teacher cared enough to tell me something about, oh, you don't like maths, no? And then one teacher who actually never taught me, he talked to me, actually really insightful, and he told me, what do you want to do? And I said, yeah, I want to do something with social impact. And he told me, as a civil engineer, you can't have it with social impact. I said, what do I have to do then? And he said, you could try teaching. And I was like, teaching? All those guys don't care about me. But he cared. He showed me he cared. And I hope that someday I can show somebody else that I care, that teachers care about their students, that teachers are willing to listen to what really interests those students. And I'm sure that all of us, we can do that for every student, or a lot of students, or even some students. It will be enough. We will have a social impact because we are all together. So I hope, I really hope, that we will be teachers like he was too.
So it was 2 weeks ago. I submitted the second last version of my thesis, of what was supposed to be the second last final version of my thesis. And so I just waited for feedback. School was just over. I finally had some free time for myself. It was like weeks that I didn't have free time. And so I was thinking, oh, I had like a lot of energy. And I was like, yes, I'm going to have a very productive day. And so I started with has been unanswered a long time, and I see like publicity for blood donation at Red Cross. And I'm like, oh, it's like a little free time today. I'm going to donate blood. And like, I also made my appointment to get my COVID vaccine because free day. I'm going to have a productive day, so I'm scheduling it all in. And so by noon, I donated blood. A couple hours later, with my sister, we leave just in time to go to the vaccine center. She had an appointment just around my time, but we leave just in time. Like Google Maps said, 13-minute drive with bicycle. We leave 15 minutes in advance. And my sister, she rushes. She doesn't want to miss the appointment. She doesn't want to be late. And I'm like following behind her, really exhausted. We hit a red light, and I'm starting to feel ill and seeing blood explode before my eyes. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm not allowed to do extreme sports within 24 hours of blood donation. And then I realized, oh my God, I need to sit down. Luckily, there was a cafe nearby. They invite me to sit down. They give me orange juice, water, and it takes me 10 minutes to recover, not to faint. And then we head back to the vaccine center. It was still 1 kilometer to go. We could still maybe make it in time. We were 6 minutes late. 6 minutes late. So if my sister didn't rush that moment, we wouldn't have been late. Because if we didn't rush, we would have been there in time. I would have almost fainted. That was my chaotic day.
Next is Ben.
Alright, when I was a kid, I wanted to become a god. Create a world, put the stars and planets in the sky, raise its continents, draw its mountain lines. I wanted to do it all. I wanted to create life, fauna, flora, and mankind. I wanted to guide those tiny little humans on their first steps on those beautiful blue glue, shape their experience with my thunder and lightning and my pure voice. If there were conflicts of difference, I would smite them all over with my power of force, with my ultimate power in the universe. But it didn't work out. Because being a god is difficult, you know. You have to have like this godlike powers, and I don't know where you can find them. You have to like create life out of thin air, but how do you do that? You have to like raise mountains and stuff, but like I cannot even lift a car, so it's really, really difficult. So I decided to go for another approach. I decided to go more local, smaller. I decided to focus myself on students. Because with students, you can guide their steps. You can guide their first steps in higher education, lower education as well, and even more higher education. You can guide their experiences. You can help their experience by giving advice, by teaching, by supporting them, by being there. If there are conflicts or differences, that's not really a problem. They're all unique, and you as a teacher, you can facilitate them. And that's why now I'm an adult, you know, I'm 25, I think I know more than I was a kid. I can also do more, not a god yet. But being a god wasn't an option, so instead I decided to become a teacher with a teacher belt.
Godlike speech.
So, what I want to talk to you about is what came to me quite naturally with all this reflecting and stuff. It was basically thinking about the students. The more I sit here, the more I feel like a student, and the more I feel like a bad one because I cannot keep my focus more than 10 minutes apparently anymore. I used to that quite a lot. I used to be a very, not quiet kid, but very good kid, very law-abiding basically. So I don't know what my 1 out of 10 non-conformity says about that. But I used to be very easy actually to work with because I had some kind of school or some education. I had a lot of cater around me. I was basically feeling like kind of in the box, and I was fine with it because I was like, it's fine. I don't need to make any choice. I don't really need to be. I just need to actually follow what I'm told to do, and I was fine with it because I was good at it. So then I was like, no problem. I can do this. But by reflecting now, I can see really the difference that I had in the last few years in my life, which really are an inspiration to me and which are kind of a sun ray, I guess, for me, a real breather, because I feel like most of my life I really just let myself go with the flow. And for the last few years, I've really felt like, okay, this doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be, okay, just follow the way it goes, you follow the way your parents tell you to go. No, it was like, you hear everywhere, like, you have to stay 1 year there on this battery CD, or you have to do this, you have to do that. So I was like, no, this is not for me. I went 6 months somewhere, it sucks. I just told them, it sucks, I want to go. I went on to something else, which sucked a little bit less, but then I was like, okay, there's just something missing. There's something very concrete now, it's very nice, but I miss like a very social point to it. And yeah, instead of doing as I was used to do, just follow the flow and make my 2 years for my CV, I was like, fuck, I need something social, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna go for it. And it just inspired me because I was really born in I've lived in the world for years of just following it. And once you have that realization, you just see that you can change it, you can turn it around, and you don't have anything holding you back actually. So this is just something I use to inspire myself sometimes.